Mr. Njori?
Hello?
Hi. Hello.
It's like you no, you did not drop the last video at for at the classroom.
Oh, in the classroom. It's not in the classroom.
It's not in the classroom.
Oh, is that what happened?
And that might contribute to it.
Ah, okay. Let's see. Wow, that must have been an error. Wow. Guys, is that what happened? You could not catch up on the last class video. I'm sharing it right now.
Hello.
Guys, is that what happened?
Mine is different. No, that what happened to me.
Okay, what happened to you?
I did on Sunday when we were having, I mean, Saturday when we were having the class. The line connecting Port Harcourt was cut off for 3 days. So no power.
Wow.
Then the grid failed twice.
Sorry, what came twice?
The national grid failed twice in Nigeria. National grid failed twice. The power supply to the country
Valid.
failed twice.
Yeah, it is well.
72 hours. Then my water had to stop.
It is
I did
well.
not do anything. I did not do anything.
It is well. It is well.
So I didn't do anything.
Nigeria is I totally understand, Nigeria,
Sir,
our
are you not
country.
in Nigeria? Sir, are you not in Nigeria?
I'm a
Please.
Nigerian, of course.
No, I mean, are you not in Nigeria?
Not currently.
Ah, okay. Okay, so for me, I need someone to work with so that I can, like Ayobami now. Ayobami, I beg, send me your WhatsApp DM. Make I come your DM. Let me follow no road.
Is
Okay,
that
okay.
Ayobami,
Is that Esther speaking
Ayobami,
of me?
please say hello on WhatsApp, please. I beg, I beg. I must do something.
Okay.
Sorry, who is speaking? Is that for me?
It's
Hello? What happened? I don't know who was speaking just now. Was that for me?
It was Oge.
Okay, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I can't see you on the what's the name on the chat? On the attendee chat. Okay, Chiku. Okay. I can see you now. Okay. All right. So you guys should link up and see. Today was supposed to be the last class of these cohorts of this series. But I just checked the classroom now and I can see that of a truth, I actually forgot to add it. So I'm doing that now. I'm adding the classwork so you can watch the video if you missed it. So what we will do is that Abayomi, would you still like to go ahead with your demo, or you would like to just do it together with everyone next week?
There's no next week. Oh, me, I have prepared. So I've won ready.
Okay, you've won, right?
I've won
professional.
already. There's no next week. I've already won. So
Okay.
there's no.
All right.
Never fit
Let's
next
see
week.
what you have. let's see what you have. I'll give you the permission to. Let me see. How do I do that?
Okay, wait. Just give me like 5 minutes. Let me set up my laptop.
Okay.
This was.
Okay.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Anjorin. Is that Anjorin? Anjorin?
This is for me.
Hi, for me. Hello. Do you have a demo?
Hello, sir. Oh, well, I don't know if you can call it a demo.
Why?
You know, like a lot, yeah, like a lot of people already said, I was hoping to get last week's class to use that as a guide, but we didn't get that. And there's been a lot of power use. In fact, right now we still don't have power in my area. This week the national grid went down twice. Somebody already said that. Right now we don't. Although I tried to do something, I had to cut it short. What I was trying to do, I noticed was taking a lot of time, so I did something else that didn't take too much time. But I'm not sure if you can call that a demo.
Yeah, sorry about the whole
Maybe I can.
power issue.
Well, what I actually, I was trying to work on something with creating orders with Shopify, but unfortunately, it was a long process and the power used didn't allow me. So I did something else. I used the Jira, the issue tracking software.
Okay.
I did something like when maybe a customer or a client creates an issue, it would go to Asana, the project management software, and assign the task to
Oh,
somebody.
it is you that
That was
has
what
been assigning tasks to me, right?
Sorry, sir. I was looking for anybody's email. You know, you said we should collaborate. So I was searching emails, but it was only your email I could see on Telegram. So I added you as collaborator on and it was already late. So I really couldn't start sending to other people, So I knew they won't.
No problem.
But
I've been receiving emails saying
yes,
someone
so
added me to a task. Someone assigned me a task. So was it your AI workflow that was doing that, doing all of that? Or it was
yes,
actually,
yes.
oh,
That
okay.
was Asana. That was Asana.
What I'm asking is that is it your AI workflow from anything that was automating all of the workflow within Asana, or all the email I was getting was you manually working on Asana?
Once the task gets assigned to you on Asana, you get that email.
Okay. All right. No issues. Let's see what you have. For other people, I mean, at least you have two people that are ready to show what they've got. For other people, you can, still just do a recording. You can do a recording and share on the chat for other people to see as well, even though you may not win any prize any longer. But of course, I mean, for the sake of knowledge, I would encourage everybody to do that. So yeah, let's see what you've got for me. And Abayomi, are you ready?
Not yet. Just,
You were not ready. You were not ready to show us.
no, I'm just trying. I want to join from my laptop. I want to join the class from because I'm on mobile now.
Okay. Got it. Heading towards Lagos. My network is fluctuating. No problem. you would be able to catch up with the recording. You'll be able to catch up with the class recording. I worked on it, but not sure it counts as a demo. Okay, that's for me. Okay, just okay. All right. Let's know when you are ready. I would love us to work on another AI workflow together today. Summary generation. We worked on website summary last week, right? So you send a website to the AI model, and then via Postman, and then you get the AI model to in the workflow. The first thing we did was to extract the content. I'm getting some feedback. For me, you can mute if you're not trying to speak. For me, sorry, I don't disable you. Yeah, thank you. You can lower your hand as well. Yeah, but if you're not trying to speak, you can mute as well. So you would not be in the way. All right. Okay. So recap of what we did last week was that we in the AI workflow, we collected the data from Postman. Essentially, we created an HTTP endpoint. We created an HTTP endpoint that receives the website URL and also an instruction of what to do from that endpoint, and then we were hitting that endpoint via Postman. We did all of this via NXN, right? And the first thing we did after collecting that information via the webhook process was to load that website via the request process. When we loaded it, we used the get parameter to load it, and we passed the HTML to the AI model, asking it to ignore the HTML tags and HTML codes, but focus on the core content of the website and summarize it. And then we passed the result of that process to a response workflow process that then gave us the summary of that website content processed by the AI model. So we initially, first of all, we used Olama model, and then eventually we had to change it to OpenAI model. So that is the workflow we worked on. I think we worked on about two, but that was a key one that we worked on last week. So today I would like us towards the tail end, after we've seen all the demo, what everyone has. I would like us to do the same thing with document summarization. So you send a PDF, maybe a research paper that could have 50 pages or 30 pages, and then you ask the AI model to summarize it for you, also in a no-code way as well, right? So that is going to be what we would accomplish today. If we don't complete it, I would also challenge you guys to, also complete it as well, and then share video in the classroom. Again, to iterate, the plan is to not close out for the entire year till next year. This time, we already took more than 3 months in this cohort, and that's just because we are doing practical stuff, right? We're dealing with practical stuff. Last year, we spent a lot of time explaining what is happening within AI models, what is going on. But now we saw that, okay, what if you understand everything that's happening within the AI, but you cannot use it for anything? It delivers no value to you, right? And we said, okay, we will do practical stuff. If you are a lawyer, you know what to do, how to put these things together, and create a workflow that works for you. If you are, whatever it is that you do, you can create a workflow that will allow you to create value within the function that you serve in or that you participate in today. That is the core thesis of the second cohort, and I really hope that we have delivered, and it is worth everybody's time. So yes, it's more than 3 months, but it's just because it's really practical. Um, so is Angeline ready? Sorry, is Abayomi ready? Ayabami would cancel your spot. Oh, you're wasting our time. Ayabami, are you ready? Okay, you cannot talk. You joined as someone else. Okay, Ayabami.
Ready.
You're ready? Okay. All right. So I'm making you a presenter now, so you can share your screen and share us what you have. You should be able to share screen now. Has everyone seen the new classroom post for last class? I just shared it now.
Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay.
In case you're not aware, your camera is on. And nice to meet you. Nice to put face to your
Yeah.
to put a face to the name. Yes, your screen is on now.
Okay. So this is my workflow.
Okay. So what is happening here?
Uh, I have a form here that customer use. It's just like a feedback from
Okay.
from customers. So when you get a feedback, then you let me test the
Okay.
workflow.
Test it. Let's see.
When you test it, there's a form that comes in. Then
Interesting.
you fill the form, can fill the form, then you leave a review. You leave a review, okay, maybe the food is is nice.
I'm loving
So,
I'm loving what I'm seeing.
so when you submit the review, then the uh, the LLM chain we classify the feedback whether it is a positive review, whether it is a negative review or it is neutral. You can see here, uh, this is the review. The food is nice. Said is positive review. Then
Wow.
I have uh, a merger. This will merge your credentials on the form and your the response from the LLM chain. It will merge it together to create a complete form. Then I now store it on a Airtable. I store it on
Beautiful.
Airtable. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So
Can you
this
share
is
us the Airtable?
okay. This is the Airtable.
This is beautiful. This is beautiful.
This is
This is
the
beautiful.
this is the new one
The
I
food is
added.
nice, positive. I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. Nice one, Ayobami. Nice one. Nice one. Nice one. Nice one. This is a very perfect excellent use case that demonstrates everything that we've been teaching for the past couple of weeks on Gen AI and how to use it. This is wonderful, like beautiful,
And
beautiful, beautiful.
I discovered that you can use Grok chat. It's actually free.
I could see
Free
that.
API. Yeah, it's
I could see
free.
that. I could see that you use Grok Chat. Yes.
So it's
Yeah.
actually free of charge. They give you a free API. So that's what I do.
But they start charging money at one point, right?
I don't think so, but because I've not, they say it's free. It's actually is free. So and it's using
Yeah.
Llama 70. I think it's
70
using
billion.
70 billion. Yes,
Okay. Okay.
Llama 70 billion. That's what it's using.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. This is let's give Ayobami a very beautiful round of applause. Guys, is there a way to
So
even clap? Is there a way to
we
do
don't
clap?
know. Ayobami, well done. Ayobami, and you look like somebody I know somewhere. Like, I'm serious.
Really?
Yes. Did you finish from UI?
No. But I've lived in Ibadan before.
And there's somebody that knows. Your name is Ayobami Aborishade. I know that name.
Uh,
Anyways, just connect on WhatsApp. I know that I know you. All right.
okay.
Okay, be connecting. Okay. Wonderful, wonderful use case there, and wonderful, design in terms of what you were able to do. Congratulations, Ayobami. We'll
Thank you.
see if Esther, is it Esther or Fumi, where we'll be able to beat your demo, and for us to be able to decide the first winner. Of course, I mean there's no other person. It's sure that we are going to have the first and second position, right? It's sure we're going to have the first and second position because there are only two people with a demo today, right? Yeah, so we'll just take that, and all we'll just be deciding is who is the first and who is the second. Fumi, are you ready?
No, I'm not. I haven't been able to join on my laptop. I'm still trying to connect.
Oh,
But I'm not wanting to be the winner because I already know what I have is a little bit skeletal.
it's not
But
as
I
good
hope,
as what Ayobami demoed.
and I completed, but I don't think it was that complicated. I think mine was much more basic than that. But like, once I'm able to join on my laptop, I'll show you.
Okay, so just try to be
Or
fast
maybe
about it so that
just
we
drop the
can.
walkthrough on the classroom page. I think the network is slow. Maybe I could just drop the walkthrough on the classroom page.
Okay, well, you would need to be able to register the impression with other students, so that they can have a
Okay.
good appreciation of what you have going on here. In there rather.
This webinar is being recorded. 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 This webinar is being recorded.
As soon as I'm learning the machine language. I prefer to test the public chat and question and answer. Hello, sir.
Oh, imagine. I didn't know I've been muted. Fumi, are you ready? I've been speaking all this while. I didn't realize I was muted. Are you ready for me? Oh, Fumi, are you going to let go of your chance to be the second? You can speak. Looks like you're having. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you for the confirmation. Okay. I was muted for a while. I didn't realize that I was speaking, but I didn't realize I was muted. Okay. Looks like you're having some serious network challenge or technical challenge. For me, I think we've tried at this point. Um, yeah, you can just learn up for the sake of knowledge. If you are not able to demo, you may not be able to you may lose your chance of being the second position. It's this is this is a free second position essentially, right? Just demo something that works, right? Demo something that works, and then you can just be second for free because the competition is really weak. I expected so much more from people, to come and demo and show us what they've got, but unfortunately, it's only Abayomi that has something here. And hopefully, we would see a lot of videos in the chat room on Telegram and on WhatsApp much later in the month. As I said, we're not going to be closing down fully. We will be having intermittent calls, especially when new approaches, new technologies, new systems come out that can help you better your workflow and then improve your workflow with AI, right? So we'll be having intermittent calls between now and the next cohort, right? So don't just lock up because apparently what happened here is that most people that were part of last class, okay, apart from the folks that had power challenges, apparently, everybody had power challenges. Abayomi, how did you figure yours out? Are you not in Nigeria? How did you manage? Can you tell us? Is it the will to do it?
Actually, it's not easy because most times I have to work very late,
Mm,
because
mm,
you have to go to work, come back late, and so it's stressful sometimes.
I
But it's just
understand that.
the way to learn now. Because if you don't practice, if you don't,
You
you
don't
just
you
be
don't get anything, yes.
attending lectures, but you won't get up anything.
Hmm. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, thanks for sharing your experience. Guys, you've heard it. It is not easy, it is difficult. But if you have the will to practice it, if you have the will to actually learn it, you will figure it out, right? Nigeria is, I mean, of course, I'm Nigerian myself, right? I know there are people in this cohort that are from other part of Africa. We have Kenyans, we have Cameroonians. Even though they may not be able to join live, they chat, ask for help on the group chats and all of that. But I understand that it's mostly difficult for the Nigerian folks because of the whole grid collapsing situation that keeps happening and the internet outages. And someone reported, I think that was someone from Port Harcourt reported internet outage for 3 days. But you know, you don't have to do it for the monetary gains. Do it for the knowledge. Do it for the lessons. Reach out on reach out if you need any help. As you go. For me, I can see your hand. I can see that your hand is up. Are you ready to go? Ready to go. Hey, Chuku, I can see your hand is also up. Okay. Okay.
I
Okay.
remember
It's
what.
down now.
Sorry,
Okay.
I
It's
remember what
down.
I want to ask. Okay, like for me now, can you hear me?
Okay. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask a question, but I think I forgot. Now I remembered again. All right, so mine is I want to create model for my own research. That's it's more like it's a PhD research work. So I want to use an AI model to be able to detect pollutants in wetland regions. Go.
You want to be able. You want to create an AI model to detect pollutants in wetland region.
Yes. Is that
Okay.
possible?
Of course, what is not possible? What is not possible? But it doesn't have to be Gen AI. That is, that is more like the tool that we taught for the first set of these cohorts, NIME analytics. So you cannot, it is a, um, so how do you detect pollutants? Let me ask you that question first. How do you detect pollutant? How do you know there's pollutant? What tells you that there's pollutants in the data? Do you know? If you look at the data, do you know what signifies pollutant? Or how is that represented? Are you there? You're muted, Ogechiku.
Okay, yes. So that I am still working in the process. As soon as I can do that, yes. So as soon as I can detect that, fine. But I said that's
No.
what I'm currently working on or researching on.
So my question is to understand the data that you have. I'm trying to understand the data that you have, right? You
Mm,
want to detect
okay.
you want to detect pollutants on wetlands, right? So what data do you have?
Okay, data from different wetland regions. Those are the data I have.
Okay, so what are the kinds of pollutants that you've observed? Because for you to just build a model from scratch, you need to either be a subject matter expert on that topic or work with them so that you can derive. An AI model is not doing anything beyond, you know, signaling the information within the data. That's what an AI model is. Even the old generative AI, right? All it's doing is signaling to you the information contained in the data is trained on, right? So from the first series of this class, we talked about, information gain. You want to go after information, or data that contain information about what you're trying to predict. So that's where you have to start from. You need to understand that data properly. And again, it is going to be, probably a, neural net model. It won't be like a transformer model, you know, it will be like a neural net model or maybe a reinforced, a rain, a, what is it called? Maybe a decision tree or maybe, I don't know what data you have, maybe regression, but it will be a classical model, if you get what I mean. It will be a classical model. It won't be a generative AI model. That's essentially the point I'm trying to make here, right? So for that, the NIME analytics tool that we worked on for the first, or that was the second. The first series was the theory where we explained the concepts happening around all these things. The second part was the MIME analytics, and this is the third part where we're working on generative AI. So you would likely have to use MIME analytics to train the model, and then use the model to predict much later. So without seeing the data, there's very little I can suggest. So but the rule of thumb is to find a way to go after data sets that are predictive of that thing, because you already know that thing. So you now want to be able to send new data to the model so that you predict, the pollutants that are in that wetland. So that's how it has to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But is there a way I can contact you, like in case what in my journey?
Sure. Reach out on the group. You can reach out on the group. My contacts as well, on the two platforms that we use, the WhatsApp and the Telegram as well. All right.
All right.
Okay. So is Fumi ready? Ayobami, you want to say something? You have your hands up, Ayobami. Okay, so Fumi, your hand is still up.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Okay, I don't think you could hear me since I was not unable to speak,
Okay.
but I
So
think
you're
you can
ready
hear me
now?
now.
Yes, very well. Are you
Yes.
ready now? Okay, so
Yes,
let
yes.
me. Why can't I? How did you join the class? I can't make you a presenter.
Okay.
Come, I cannot make you a presenter. Just like, what's going on? Nah, this is this is funny. Uh, I can make a bunch of people presenter, but not you. Can you reconnect? Can you try to reconnect? I don't know what's going on. I can't. The option to make you a presenter is not showing right here.
Okay. Let me.
Oh, it just shows now. For me, what happened? Or is it because there are two of you in the room, or what? Okay. For me, are you back? I can see two for me all in the room. Back.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you very well.
Okay. So is it okay now? If not,
I
maybe
can
I'll
see
just
two.
drop it on the classroom. I'll just drop the
Yeah,
work
no
from
problem. Just do that. Do that. Just drop it on the chat room, and I don't think it's working. I can see your other account. I can make it a presenter, but not this one that you are speaking from. So I don't know what's going on.
Can you go ahead and make that You can make the other one presenter, sir.
Okay then. All right. So that one is my presenter. All right. Are
I
you
think
good?
I've joined on both my phone and laptop. That's why you are seeing two accounts for me.
Oh, okay. So I made you a presenter though on the other one. Is it working?
Can you see my screen?
Oh, beautiful. Yes.
Okay, so this is the
Oh,
workflow.
cool. Okay.
I told you it was a very basic workflow. So
Okay.
I use the a Jira trigger. A
Okay.
client comes to report an issue on a project.
Okay.
Once they raise the issue I raised, I actually have to create an issue on Jira on a different on Jira itself, the application. I created an
Okay.
them down, please help urgently. So once anything gets the issue, it's supposed to go and assign a task to maybe someone, maybe an engineer or whoever on
Mm.
on the project
Wow. I like
management.
this use case. I like this use case. What you're trying to do is to say that okay, detect what kind of issue is happening here, and based on what kind of issue, let the LLM detect it and then route it to the right department or the right team or the right engineer to solve that problem. That's the use case you're solving for.
Something like that. But because I was the only user on this project, it routed everything to
Okay.
me. All the 10 tasks,
Okay.
collaborators, I think it routed like one to you. It routed everything
Okay.
to me.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I
Well,
think it routed to.
yeah, I got about 2 emails or three. I got about 2 or 3 emails. Okay, that is interesting, guys. This is incredible. It is not beyond this. The guys that will displace others in the future are the ones that use AI. People are shouting AI is gonna take jobs. Okay, it's not AI that will take jobs. It's these people that are using AI that will take jobs away from the people that would not, right? And it's not more than this. But this is a very interesting use case. So if you have a service desk, if you have a service desk, instead of putting a lot of burden on the user to say that okay, yeah, select a drop down, select the team, select the sub team, and then use that information to route, you can use an AI model to detect the information on the issue that has been reported, maybe from the field or a field user or somewhere, and I'll use that information to route it to the appropriate department for immediate resolution. That is what for me attempted right here, and it is a very interesting one. It's a very interesting one. Yeah, even though yes, it's rough around the edges and could be improved, but I like I like the attempt. I like the attempt. Well done, for me. I think it's worth the wait that we waited for you to be able to show us this. Okay, so you have the anything, you use anything cloud. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay, cool. Nice. This is good.
So I had to
This is good.
sign on issue management on Jira, and I created a different sign on Asana too for the project. So I created a project on Jira. They went to create an issue for the project on I created a project on
Yeah.
Asana. They went to create an issue for the project on Jira.
Yeah, this is fantastic. This is a very excellent use case. This is this is a practical use case, guys. This is very interesting. So now, recently assigned, you can now move it to wherever columns it belongs to, whatever column it belongs to. Doing, do next week, do later, whatever, right on Asana. So this is an assumption that the people that will resolve that issue that came from Jira are using Asana. So, of course, it could be anything else, but the fact that you're able to demonstrate this means that you'll be able to figure out any other thing later that you need to do. Congrats for me. Yeah, this looks good. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So I can see the you that are enabled again. You can stop sharing so that we can yes, okay. We figured out how to clap. How did that person do it? How did you clap? Where's the clap button? Oh, okay, I found it. All right. Let's clap for both Ayobami and let's clap for both Ayobami and Fumi. Wonderful demonstration. Wonderful demonstration. It shows that some people are listening and are practicing. They're they're not just, sitting on all the information and not doing anything, right? So that is very good. Congrats to both of you. So Ayobami um has the first position while Fumi has second. Ayobami has just won himself a sum of 20,000 naira, and Fumi as well as won herself a sum of 15,000 naira. There's no third position. The third position was supposed to be 10, but there's no third position. So, uh, hopefully you guys will, uh, you know, you guys will participate the next time. All right. Okay. So let's get into today's class. Today's class we would not, time is likely not going to permit, and we would, roll it over as a challenge to us to, finish it up. Right. I'm not promising that there are, prizes to be won in this for this one, but just attempt it. That is how you would learn, right? So I would show us tools, the end processes that we'll use to solve this problem, and you can now piece them together properly later to, accomplish the, workflow that we have in mind. So the workflow we have in mind here is I'll be sharing my screen shortly. Okay, where is the share button? Before I get into that, let me just show everyone. Okay, we were discussing the difficulty of using locally deployed llama model. The 1 billion parameter, the 3 billion parameter. I think we did that 3 classes ago, right? It's truly, it is good that you know how to do it in case you are at work, and your company has a large data center. They don't have the resource constraint, so you can at least deploy a local LLM on a server or on your computer, whatever, right? So that's what we've done with the whole Olama route and everything. But we realized that everyone struggled. Even my system here is quite a high end, a 16 gigabyte MacBook, but still struggled to render in meaningful time. So we used OpenAI for some time. But thank you, Ayobami, for mentioning the. Thank you for mentioning the Grok. Grok is pretty free, at least for the part that will help you learn. You need to cross a threshold before you start paying, right? So, and also Google Gen AI. So I'll show us how to set that up real quick for the Google Gen AI. So for Google Gen AI, go to aistudio.com. This is the URL that matters to you essentially, /API key. I'll drop it in the chat. so that you can get a free API key and then use an LLM model for free. Of course, we don't want to be converting dollar to naira to dollar right now to be paying OpenAI. So you need something to actually practice. So you can use this. So if you go to aistudio.google.com/API key, you will see something like this. So you can just click the button, create API key. Once you click create API key, I have two API keys here. So it will look like this. Once you click create API key, so you can just click copy. And once you copy that API key, you will then be able to come to n8n and use it like this. So we have Olama model here. I will remove this and replace it with Google AI model. So Gemini chat model. And then I will select the credential, put the API key here, and then save it, right? And notice this issue has happened once or twice before. So, but I thought I have one saved. Let me refresh this. Reload. This is the workflow that we built last week. So we used Olama model and then we also changed it to OpenAI. So let's try the Gemini again. Do I have, okay, I have Gemini already. Apparently it was creating. So let me just use this. So yeah, can you see? It's loaded. Once it's able to load all these models for you, then you're good to go. That means it's connecting to Google AI model. So let's see, what AI model should we use? I think they say it's Flash 1.5 Flash that is currently the best right now. And then you're good to go. And then all you just need to do is to drag the model part of the chain to this. And then you have a working prototype. How to test this? All you just have to do is to come here. I hope I still have the Postman running. Okay, so we have the URL here, AI summary, and then send it. Then, okay, so I think there's an issue here. Okay, so it's listening for event, AI summary. Okay, respond parameter to using webhook or remove respond to webhook node. Okay, respond. Okay. So the error we're having is related to the fact that we are responding to the request after. So if you read this error, it says set the respond parameter to using respond to webhook node or remove the respond to webhook node. So we have the respond to webhook node here, right? But here we said respond immediately. Of course, we are essentially confusing the guy. So all we just need to do here is to say respond using the respond to webhook node. Exactly. And that should be it. And then listen for test. And then I fire it again. All right, we should be good now. All right, the data came in. Can you see? The data came in. Let me use JSON. This is the body of the URL that we want to summarize. And then I will play this. I'll play it. So we have just loaded it. Now see the HTML right here. So then I'll play the summary chain. Can you see? Came to the model, ran successfully. If you have any issue with your API key, it would have failed right here. So the summarization chain is still running. It's taking quite a while. Okay. Let's wait for it. I hope we would not breach the limit for the free usage. Because you can use this Gemini API key for free without paying. And that's really the point of us showing it. Right. Okay. I think it's taking a bit of time for Google Gemini to respond to us. Let's wait for it. Wow, this is taking forever. Okay, I think it finished. Aha, okay, fantastic. Finished. All right, so let me copy out the response, or let me put it in the table. Can you see? So this website, Founder Mode, is about a talk given by Branchowski, founder of Airbnb, blah, 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 right? So it essentially just took that URL, summarized it, and then we can now respond to the webhook. And then if you come here, you should see that in the response. I think the HTTP time to leave has expired because of all those pauses that we have in the middle. But essentially, that is.
Excuse me, for how long have I been muted? Oh, I just realized that I've been muted all along that I've been speaking.
For almost 5 minutes plus.
Damn it. Wow. Wow. This is crazy. I have been speaking for the past 5 minutes. Wow. Well, someone could have actually just spoken here to call me back. I didn't get anybody to let me know. Wow, I didn't realize. I don't know how it happened. Okay. What was the last thing you guys heard?
The response.
Okay, the response from the API. Right?
Network is bad. Yes,
So
from the API.
the response from the API. Okay. That it's not that bad. So you saw the way I went to Gen AI on Google to get the API key and put it in and replace Olama to Google Gemini. Did you see all of that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, then not that bad. I think it's when my AirPod died that I I didn't notice that it
Yeah,
muted
I
me.
think so.
Okay, cool. All right. So what I'm trying to now demonstrate is that also you can use Grok AI model instead of Gemini. Essentially giving you more options. If you have a powerful system, you can use Olama. If not, you can use Gemini or Grok. So you have a whole lot of option. So the URL I dropped in the chat there is the URL to use. The console, the grok.com/keys, and then so just click create your API key, give it whatever it is, and its end key, right? And then copy your key and come to end and look for what is it now? Grok. Look for Grok chat model and create a new chat and then put in your key and then save it. Fantastic. Right. Never save that. And then you drag that to the model, right? And then you can test it again with your postman. Let me cancel this one. So let's follow it again. Listen for webbook event, and then I would fire this. I think it should have reached by now. All right, so it got here. You can see the data, and then so now move to the next step. Fetch the HTTP request. Now run the LLM chain. This is super fast. Oh, it's not super fast. So I apologize, but the text appeared to be a collection of HTML code and JavaScript snippets with no core content to summarize. Okay, Grok is failing here. With no actual text document to summarize. Okay, so Grok is not getting it right. Okay, but I'm sure Grok should be able to figure out a couple of smaller problems. Because Grok is using Llama. What Llama did we enable? Let me see. Llama 8B. Okay, let's use a larger one. Let's use Llama 70B and see if it will be different. That 8B was so small. That could be the reason why, because it's essentially the brain. Imagine a small brain, right? So but that's surprising because even Olama was able to solve that. It took time, but Olama running locally was able to actually, solve that problem. Okay. The way it was fast, I noticed that something was off. I hope. Okay. At least he tried now. Okay, so now we can see the data here. We can see the data, the text collection of which, but including Olama Grammar's website and e-commerce platform. It discusses the concept of founder mode in companies where founders should trust their instincts and engage directly with the company rather than following traditional management advice. The text also includes, this is at least a try, right? It's better than the previous model. So again, generative AI is not deterministic. So you have to try and see what to improve. Again, one thing we can do to improve this is essentially to inject a process that will clean the loaded URL before before we process it with the LLM. That will improve all these, for models that are not sophisticated enough, right? Like this Llama 70B or let's say Llama 8B rather. So that's one thing we can do to make sure that they can be equally as performant. So we've shown 3 different models: Grok, Grok, Gemini, and Olama, with, of course, the popular OpenAI as a way to actually run your workflow. All right. So what I would like you guys to take as the last assignment is a workflow that includes, so let me go home, save. The workflow must include the following: a chat trigger, It must also include so use Gemini. Where's the Gemini documentation? So if you come to Gemini documentation, you can see document processing here. Text, everything we've been doing all this while is text generation, right? So come to document processing, right? If you're feeling good and you're feeling, you're strong and powerful, you can add vision to it as well. But document processing is the first one that, I want everybody to attempt. So there are a bunch of ways you can, you can use this. There are, you can write Python codes directly. You can, you can write codes inside n8n, but we've said that, okay, we don't want to make this cohort about writing codes, because last class we wrote a lot of codes and we lost a lot of people, right? Even though that might not be looking like the reason why we lost them, people don't like learning. That's one thing, that I'm saying. They like to learn at their pace, right? That's another thing that I'm saying, so we can't force everybody to join live classes, like yada yada and all those things. So again, we would stay consistent to the thesis of the second cohort, that we would not write code. So don't write code. Use n8n. Use n8n node to build it. And how you can do that is to come to REST. So change it to REST. REST is going to change the API call you see here to, a representational state transfer model, which, post, get, put, and all of those things. I don't know if I'm speaking too technical now, but REST is essentially, see, for example, this is a REST API that we just built. We built a REST API that, allowed us to do a post, right? So we posted this URL, and then the system extracted the URL, now summarized it, and now, supposed to respond, right? That's what we did here. So now you have to then use a request node. So you come here, HTTP request node. You use the HTTP request node to build out this REST here. You use the HTTP request node to build out this thing here. Yeah, so can you see call, base URL, upload v beta files, blah blah blah. So essentially, this is the file that you want to. This is the file that you want to do document processing on, right? This is another style. You can upload actual bytes from n8n, or you can use the file. So see, Gemini Flash generates content and then put your API key. Now, yeah, so can you now generate content using that file. So you can now generate content using that file to say, can you add a few more lines to the poem? I think the file contains poem. So if the file, imagine the PDF is a receipt, you can ask a question, what is the total number of items on the receipt? Something like that. Or you can ask a question, what is the total amount spent on the receipt? That kind of thing. That's the, what we have in mind for you to solve, right, with this. So yeah, so you would build that with a REST API instead of using the Grok, because see that model too is calling this guy that you're looking at here. I think I've left it. These guys are calling REST API too, but instead of letting the node call the REST API within it, you can build out the REST API by yourself. You can build out a call structure, the call. You can build out a call yourself. So that is what is happening here. So you upload the file and then you then reference it in your question. Right? So file URL, then put the file URL. So this is what you're building. This is what you're building. So you can do that for vision as well, to say that, okay, explain the content of this image. What is in this image? So if you come to image, REST, come to REST as well. So you can see summarize the context of this image. So again, look at it. This is it. So you build this out as a call. This is the image URL. This is the image URL. And then can you tell me more about the instruments in this photo? That is an example right there. And if you're feeling generous and you want to do more, you can add this one, so describe this audio clip. What is the contents of what is being discussed in this audio clip? So you also build this out with a with a request process, right? So you can either use chat trigger or workflow trigger as well to trigger it. That makes sense? You guys can still hear me? You can hear me, right? Okay. Is that clear?
I think you should itemize them, because it's not like it's difficult, but then it's a bit much. So we can, when you itemize them, we are able to know what step we are and what step we have taken.
It will be in the classroom. I will make sure that after this class, it is in the classroom. Also, please engage on the chat in case I forget. Sometimes it's possible, because there's a whole lot going on. Everyone is busy, right? So sometimes what happened last week could happen that I will forget. Just drop a message. Sorry, the last classroom has not been added. The recording for the last classroom class has not been added to the classroom, and I would, remember to quickly add it. I totally forgot. So I will put that in a document that you will be able to reference in the classroom. So what you're doing, essentially, I'll do a recap. What you're doing is that you're using N8N to build a workflow that will be able to analyze a PDF. So imagine someone said is a lawyer, he wants to use AI to improve their workflow. They will work with a lot of documents. They should be able to ask a question generally, okay, what is the brief of this legal agreement? Okay, what is what is the content? What should I be, concerned about? All those things, you can do that without any stress, right? So use AI to understand the document and then use it to process it, right? So you can use either, I encourage you to use the Google AI, the Google.dev Gemini documentation. If you come here, just come to developer documentation, you'll see it. Don't worry, you'll see everything on the document I'll drop in the classroom. But all you're doing is essentially using the, instead of using this guy, where is this guy? Instead of using this guy, okay, this is an AI agent. Oh, that's interesting. We worked on AI agent last week as well. Let me see. Instead of using this guy and this guy that is calling the API on your behalf, you are the one building out the API using this guy yourself. So imagine we did not use this. We did not use this whole process here. We could have created another HTTP request here that we call Olama, or that we call Grok, or that we call Gemini on our behalf, and then we'll process the response manually. So we'll essentially just use the same method, you know. So for example, let me show you one, for example. So to do this guy here, where is the documentation? So this is a post, right? This is a post. So you simply come here. You simply come here to your HTTP request type, you change it to post. Right? URL. You go to the documentation, you see the URL, you copy it. So the issue here is the variable, but there's a way to do it in a standard way, but I would even take this one that you can add code your API key. If you want to do it that way, that's fine, you know, but you can even inject a variable in here as well. We didn't teach you that, so I wouldn't expect you to know that. So, but don't worry, it will work if you just put in your API key, you know, add your API key to the, you replace this with your API key. It is not an encouraged system for production. It's not an encouraged design for production environment, but you know, it will work for now, you know, for your own use case. Leave the authentication as none because you already passed API key here, right? Now, what else? It says content type, application JSON, right? So you come here, send header parameter. This is header parameter, content type, name, and then value, application JSON. Application /JSON, right? Add parameter. Okay, so I'll have to leave that. Also, what else? Post. So this is a body. -D is the body. This is -H is header. -X is the method. -D is the body. Right? So now send body. Say yes. I need to send body. What is the body? The body can be a JSON. In this case, it is a JSON. I don't finish the work for you people. Right? Using there are a bunch of ways you can do this. You can either use JSON or use the field below. But for simplicity, I'll just use JSON. I'll paste all of that here. Right? I'll paste all of that here, and then I have my JSON right here. And now this is the question that you want to replace. This is the question you are asking the model, right? And this is the file that you are referring to. So the file can be a URL. So you can find any you know, perhaps I'll even include that, maybe invoice PDF online. Say that, what is the summary of this invoice PDF document, or what is the summary of this legal.pdf file, or what is the content of this thing, and then we've just built out this entire generative AI flow in anything. Right? So the same thing, you do the same thing for audio, you do the same thing for document and video vision, right? and use the trigger as chat, or use the trigger as charts or webhook. So just for simplicity's sake, if you want to go extra, you can do what Fumi did in a demo. In a demo, she used a Jira trigger, so that's fine if you want to do that. But if you want to be simple, that's okay as well. But if you want to go gangster, you can create any possible, even create use cases based on what we've discussed, right? A real use case. Let me tell you something interesting that you can do. If you come to this chat here to say that, what is the core idea communicated in this file, in this document, this document.pdf. So let's say this is the URL where the file is http https this PDF website.com/this PDF, this document/PDF, right? So this whole thing is just the website URL is included in the whole message, which of course will not work, right? You need a content that content URL. So there's something you can do as well where you would use an AI node to extract out the PDF, the PDF URL before you pass it here. Before you pass the URL here. That's something interesting that you can do, right? So you create a node first, just similar to the summarization node or to the LLM chain node, or all those things that Ayobami demoed just now, just a while ago, and similar to those things that Fumi also demoed. So it will just be a process that will be before the HTTP request, extracting the URL location of what question you're asking. Another way is also to come here. Another option is also to come here to say add under properties. This is chat node, right? This is chat node. You can say add feed, allow file uploads, say yes, allow file type, say everything. So that if you come here, you will see a file upload button here. So that you see a file upload button here, and then you can pass it in through the node, through this node, and then pass it across the layer. But of course, if you are using file upload, you would not be able to use the file URL any longer. The file URL documentation, you'll not be able to use this because this depends on file URL, right? So you will now have to use data binary, the image. Can you see? You will have to use this one, this method, right? That's what you have to use. Sorry, I think it's this. Yeah, the upload URL is this. Yeah. So if you want to use the byte one, you can do that. If you want to use the URL method, of course, also you can do that. Does that make sense? Any question? Any question? Ayobami. Okay, Ayobami, you can't speak yet.
Sorry, can you have multiple triggers? Like if you want to upload, you want to.
It's allowed to have multiple triggers. Yes, you can have multiple triggers. Yeah, you can have multiple triggers. It just means that the next flow after the multiple trigger, the next process after the multiple trigger needs to be able to adjust properly to the individual of the trigger, each of the trigger. You need to be able to intelligently, okay, what if information comes from this one, another one? So you need to be able to essentially make sure that the data flow is properly done, right? But it's possible for you to have multiple trigger. For me, you have your hand up. For me. Hello, for me. Okay. All right. I don't know what's happening for me. I cannot hear you. I don't know what's happening. I cannot hear you. Okay. All right. So you will get all the assignment information in the classroom. So attempt it. I'm not confirming yet whether there will be prizes to be won, but that's a very likely scenario. So if you want a chance, if you miss out on this last assignment, you did not participate, you didn't demo today, this might be another opportunity for you to shine. So attempt it. How to submit your assignment is you will share the workflow. You upload the workflow on what's it called, on the assignment on the classroom, and then you can also show a video demo of of how your workflow works, so that we can have an impression of it. If you want to try it out, you can also try out the workflow JSON as well, right? So that's how to submit it, and we will declare the winner on the WhatsApp group. And if there are prizes, the prizes will be allocated as well. So thank you so much. It's been total pleasure working with you guys, through this journey of Cohort 2. I know it's quite long, but I hope it's worth everybody's while. Please remember to give us a shout out on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on all the social platforms. Let people know that something interesting is going on here, and invite folks to the next cohort so that other people can also participate and benefit from what's going on here as well. Fumi and Ayobami, please reach out on WhatsApp or on Telegram and share your account number. Those are our first position and the runner-up for the demo that they were able to present to us today. Congratulations to you guys, and hope you guys will keep it up, keep the energy up, keep experimenting, keep getting your hands dirty, keep doing real stuff, and you will find yourself doing bigger things in a very short time. Yeah, thanks everybody. Have a very beautiful evening, afternoon, morning, or whatever the time is where you're based. Thank you, everybody. Bye, everyone. If there are any questions, I'll be here. Who is that? I'll be here. You can ask your questions if you have any question. I'll be here for a couple more minutes to take your question. When is the next cohort starting? You may have a question about that. When is whatever question you have, I'll be here for a few seconds to take a question.